Yo, what's good YouTube, man? It's your boy Bean, and I'm back with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing the official Madden 23 overall ratings. Now, yes, I do know I dropped a video on previous ratings, but in that video I stated multiple times that those overalls are subject to change within the future. Now we have the official Madden 23 overalls for certain positions. This video is going to need a part 2 to it because they don't have certain positions like the quarterback overalls out yet, the D tackles and the DBs. So that will be in part 2. So please sub up to the channel so you can know when that part 2 drops. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. All right, y'all, man. First things first, we're going to go ahead and start with our wide receiver position. Now, within this position, we do have some controversy within this position, and that is Cooper Kupp being a 98 overall after winning the Triple Crown, leading the league in receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, and I believe it's receptions. He led the league in all three of those and did not make the 99 club. Now, since I understand how Madden ratings work, the way they usually do it is they never put somebody in the 99 club after accomplishing something big the first year. They usually have to do it at least 2 seasons in a row to even be remotely close to be bumped up to the 99 club officially. So since me understanding the way they do the overalls, I'm not too mad at him being a 98 overall. To me, I even think 98 overall is very good for Cooper Kupp. But of course, at the number 1 spot, we have Tay Adams. He's been very consistent over the years, at least the past 3 years. He's been consistently the number 1 receiver within the league, so that number 1 spot in that 99 club is well deserved. Then we have Tyreek, D-Hop, Stephon Diggs, Jay Jettis, Mike Evans, Terry McLaurin, Ken Allen, and Amari Cooper. Now, the only thing that I know a lot of people were asking for is where's Jamar Chase? Once again, the same thing that happened with Cooper Kupp is going to happen to Jamar Chase. They always love to let players prove themselves for at least a second year before giving them that super overall. Now, as a lot of y'all know, they do make midseason updates. So, of course, if they perform super well throughout the season, they will get bumped up. Eventually, Jamar Chase can be bumped up to the top 10. But as far as starting ratings, I see why, because Madden consistently every single year they do not give like those second year players too high of an overall, just like how they did with Jay Jets last season. I don't remember his exact overall, but they didn't give him too high of an overall last year either. But in my opinion, the only thing that I see is wrong, like I said, that could possibly be wrong, is no Jamar Chase, and he's gonna eventually be bumped to that top 10 throughout the year just off his performance throughout the season. We have Amari Cooper making it, which is a surprise to me. Not saying that he doesn't deserve top 10. I just didn't expect his name to be up there. And so, yeah, so that's pretty much it for these top 10 wide receiver rankings. Let's go ahead and hop into the next overalls. All right, y'all boys, here we have our second position that Madden has officially released. Is going to be the tight ends. Now, here we have, once again, for another year in a row, we have Travis Kelce at the number 1 spot for our tight ends. Then we have George Kittle, Mark Andrews, Darren Waller, TJ Hockenson, Kyle Pitts, Mike Gesicki, Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz, and Hunter Henry. Now, this position is very simple and straightforward. Tight ends are a tricky position to give overalls to because a lot of teams, they don't use their tight ends as much. But Travis Kelce being number 1 and George Kittle being number 2 is a no-brainer. And then we have our Mark Andrews, Darren Wallers, and TJ Hockenson, which is also 3 very great tight ends who are their production is outstanding, and they've been doing it for a few years now. But surprisingly, they didn't put Travis Kelce in the 99 club this year. They gave him that 98 right outside the 99 club. It looks like this year they're being a little more lenient to who gets into the 99 club. Also, Travis Kelce didn't have that super great season that he had not last season, but the season before, where he was in 99 club. So I understand why they have him right outside of it. 98 isn't bad. In reality, in Madden, if you play Madden, it doesn't really make a difference. I'm pretty sure his overalls and stats and stuff are just as good as if he were a 99. It just doesn't say 99 overall. And as far as George Kittle goes, with him being in and out with injuries, It's going to be tough for him to make 99 club. And so, yeah, so he just has to stay healthy for a full season, and I believe that he can eventually take that number one spot from Travis Kelce and eventually get his 99 club spot. Now, as far as Mark Andrews and Darren Waller being at 93 and 91, I feel like they can get bumped up a little more. But as far as them being at the number 3 and number 4 spot, it's a no-brainer. So, yeah, like I said, tight ends are pretty straightforward. We have a second-year player up here in Kyle Pitts, who's an 87 overall. Like I said, they'll never rank those second-year players too high, just for the simple fact of they haven't fully proven themselves. And also, when players get ranked too high, it also causes controversy too. So sometimes EA is just in a lose-lose situation. So let's go ahead and head over to our next freaking overalls. All right, y'all boys, here we have our top 10 edge rushers. Now here is where it gets very controversial, and that is having TJ Watt below Myles Garrett and also not even having him in the 99 club. The problem isn't even Myles Garrett being above him, it's the fact that he isn't in the 99 club, and he tied the sack record in a few less games than the original guy who broke it. Who has it. That is where my number one problem with the edge rushers list goes on. It's not like one of those situations where TJ Watt just showed up and started performing. TJ Watt has been doing this year in and year out, and he still gets disrespected. He's not even close to the 99 club. He's a 96 overall in Madden 22, which I think is just dumb. That's probably the biggest mistake I've seen yet with their overalls, is having him at a 96 and not in that 99 club. After his historical season, he was ranked higher to get the defensive player of the year over Myles Garrett. It's just some more things with that it just doesn't make any sense. Also, another name who's left off the list who I think should be on the list is a player named Max Crosby. I think he can fit his way into the top 10 somewhere based off the season he had last year. Now, I know I said that Madden doesn't go off just one single season. That does not mean I agree with their decision in doing their overalls like that. Another player who I think should be in this top 10 is Micah Parsons. Historical season for a rookie. Although this is his second year, I do think he performed better than a player like Rashawn Gary. So I do think he can fit his way into the top 10 as well. So those are my 3 complaints with these top 10 edge rushers: is TJ Watt not being in the 99 club, Micah Parsons or Max Crosby not making the list as well. Now, obviously, you're not going to see Aaron Donald here because they have him as interior, so as listed as a D tackle, when in reality he does play both from time to time. But when those overalls come out, you're going to have to check out my part 2, because that is where those are going to be posted, because Madden has not officially released those overalls yet. Now, as far as the rest of these guys, Nick Bosa, Von Miller, Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, Cam Jordan, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Chandler Jones, those players are just fine. I feel like coming off what Von Miller did in the Super Bowl and his production in the playoffs, and obviously a future Hall of Famer, I feel like he deserves to be a high overall player still. Now, that can change depending on what he does for the Buffalo Bills throughout the season, and if his age causes him to regress or not. And Nick Bosa, obviously a top tier edge rusher. Khalil Mack, his production in the run game has always been there, and I feel like it will always be there, especially in that Chargers defense. And then, of course, we have Joey Bosa, who's also been performing really well throughout his career so far. And so that's pretty much it for the top 10 edge rushers. Let's go ahead and head over to our final top 10 overalls. All right, y'all boys, here we have our top 10 halfbacks. Now, this is a little controversial too, just for the simple fact of our top running backs continue to get injured every single year. And so here we have it. The list goes: Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, C-Mac, Jonathan Taylor, Dalvin Cook, Joe Mixon, Alvin Kamara, Aaron Jones, Austin Eck, and Zeke. Now, with these running backs, we have Derrick Henry coming off a injury-filled season. We have Christian McCaffrey coming off multiple injury-filled seasons. In my opinion, Jonathan Taylor, although, like I said, EA does not give those those number one overall ratings off of just one season, but what based off what Christian McCaffrey did with him being injured every single season and what Jonathan Taylor did off just this one season, I feel like you can at least give him the benefit of the doubt and put him above Christian McCaffrey. I feel like Christian McCaffrey can go down a few spots under Jonathan Taylor, Dalvin Cook, and Joe Mixon and Kamara, in my opinion, just for the simple fact he's been injured. Now, yes, his talent is undeniable, but without him being on the field, it's kind of hard to give him to put him in the top 3 in running backs for Madden. So yeah, like I said, I understand. I do believe he's still good, but with injuries, I feel like you can't continue to put somebody in the top 3 when there's somebody who's producing way more than him, just by simply playing football and being out there on the field. Now we have Dalvin Cook being at the number 5 spot, which is, like I said, I feel like he should go above C-Mac. I feel like Jonathan Taylor should go above C-Mac. So I just feel like a few players should move up a couple spots. Derrick Henry being the number 1 halfback is fine with me because this is his first season being injured. C-Mac has been getting injured for like 2 to 3 seasons straight. That's why I feel like he should move down. But Derrick Henry is only been injured 1 season. Now, if he gets hurt again this season, I feel like the Madden 24 overalls should look a little different. I feel like he should probably move down a few spots just for the simple fact he's been injured and we haven't really we won't be able to see how well he does throughout the season. But I do agree with him not being able to be in that 99 club like usual because he didn't play this season really. And also the Titans replaced him with a few running backs, and their production was still pretty decent and pretty solid and was able to get them to the playoffs. Now, that should pretty much wrap it up for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that like button. If you want to find out about these other positions, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I drop part 2 to this video. Also, EA has also released a few things about franchise. Comment that down below if you want to see that. And also, don't forget to like the video, man, and check out the links down below in the description. Join the Discord for exclusive videos and things like that. Also, follow me on Twitter and TikTok. Those links will also be down below in the description. And it's your boy Bean, and I'm out.